Hello everyone, this is finally the task requested for the last part of the course, it seems. I would like to talk about how I created the lesson plan for both the adolescents and the adults during the task. The level was supposed to be B2, of course, as spoken before, and the population concerns to adults. I have chosen one of the topics in grammar, which is past perfect here, in order to be able to tell stories in the past when situations are happening to us, and we try to retell them whenever it comes to talking. The main idea, of course, is to understand the past perfect tense as an important grammatical construction, allowing the students to acquire certain knowledge on the situations that I told in the past. The lesson is to be or meant to last for 50 minutes, and it has, like all the lessons, some kind of specific objectives. One of them is, of course, practicing the conversation to make the language the most accurate possibly. But also to make up some statements to be able to create certain sentences on which the student is going to feel comfortable and confident about how to say the things in this tense. And of course, using the past tense as effectively time expressions, inclusions. All the skills involved are going to require three of them, basically, which is speaking, reading, and writing. Listening is going to be part of the teacher. And now we can jump here, of course, to materials and all the things that are needed during the instruction, which is basically an article about a Croatian musician, right, who has miraculously escaped from injuries and many dangerous situations. That is something unique that happened to a person, and we are going to talk about it during the lesson. All lessons, as you can see, are constructed upon the same structure. There is, of course, here, as you can see, a warm-up activity requiring the teacher to do the students to say hello, to see how they are going, and then ask them what is going on during the text, which is an important way to address the thing, to ask the students how they see the things. Then there is a development, of course, concerning to a paired work, an individual and pair work, and the immersion into the text itself. It goes up to practice, which is containing a very important thing here, which is the two charts which show the usage of past perfect and how the students are going to address it. And of course a pair work, which is ultimately the most important of the exercises, to be able to interact using the past tense. At the end, the students are going to be trying to keep some lessons upon themselves. They are going to try to create some sentences in order to be able to use the tense properly. It is important to remark that this tense should be studied once other tenses are studied, like the simple past or the past continuous, so the student can understand how situations are happening at the same time, or one situation before the other situation, to be able to connect the grammar with the spacious conclusion of the grammar, which is basically that the situation is going to happen once a situation has already happened. It goes, step by step. You have to construct it. Upon the lesson on Z1, I have decided to make some reading to write on the third conditional part, which is a very complicated tense for students sometimes. As you know, we can count from 4 conditionals, including 0. The third conditional is the most complicated for many students. As well, the lesson is going to have 50 minutes. It's going to be for adults, as we can see, and we are going to create hypothetical situations. As Spanish speakers, we have an advantage because we have something very similar in Spanish, and we can think this kind of structure easily, but for the students who speak other languages are more complicated, so it is important for us to focus on that. Speaking, reading, and writing are also the main skills. This is going to be basically doing some listening if necessary. The lesson is going to contain again a warm-up activity in which it is important to check, of course, before coming to the third conditional, it is important to check the other conditionals that have been checked before coming to the third. Then there is a brainstorm of sentences connected, trying to tell and develop how the past is going to be used with auxiliaries, of course, and the third form of the verb, which is basically the most important connection grammatically. And there is finally a stage of practice and production where sliders are shown and role play is made, the conversation is created as well, and the teacher is going to try to create a dialogue for the students to be able to try to put everything in practice. All lessons, as you can see, have the same structure, and they are designed for the students to be able to develop their communication skills, their conversation, and of course the grammatical structure. Thank you all very much. I'll see you soon, and take care.